Chapter 91, Extreme Yin Spiritual Energy. Tang Hueyuan carefully walked through the jungle with his divine sense spread out. His face suddenly lit up with joy as he found Wang Lin. Just as he was about to teleport, a gust of eerie wind blew, followed by a somber voice. "Get the hell out of here." Tang Hueyuan's expression suddenly changed. He quickly backed up a few steps without a thought and looked around. He only saw a dark fog flying in from the distance. The dark fog was surrounded by eerie winds. A withered hand extended from the dark fog and reached toward Tang Hueyuan. Tang Hueyuan scanned the fog with his divine sense and became frightened. This person's cultivation level was mid-stage nascent soul, causing him to back up again. The withered hand lightly waved. A giant hand appeared and tried to grab Tang Hueyuan. Tang Hueyuan wryly smiled. He turned around and ran without any hesitation, because a mid-stage nascent soul cultivator was not something he could mess with. He knew that there was a powerful cultivator here, but he didn't expect it to be a mid-stage nascent soul one. Tang Hueyuan disappeared in the blink of an eye. The hand let out a cold snort and disappeared as well. Tang Hueyuan appeared in the sky outside the forest. His expression suddenly changed as a giant hand silently appeared behind him and mercilessly grabbed toward him. Tang Hueyuan secretly complained. He quickly took out a beast skin. He pointed with his hand, and the beast skin wrapped around him and moved him away, barely escaping the giant hand. Despite all of this, he was still hit by the fingers of the giant hand. He coughed out blood and his face became pale, but he quickly escaped without even looking back. A black fog appeared in the air. The fog slowly shrunk until it revealed a person. The person was completely dried up and looked like a bag of bones. He looked at the direction Tang Hueyuan escaped toward. However, he didn't chase, but returned to the forest. He calmly flew around back and forth in the jungle as if he was looking for something. Shortly after, he stopped above an open area. He stared at the ground without any emotion. He slammed the ground with his hand, and with a bang, a large crack appeared in the ground. The moment the crack appeared, a scream came from the ground as a dark figure flew out, trying to escape. The withered man let out a cold snort and a cage surrounded the area. The dark figure hit the cage and bounced back. It no longer tried to run away, but kneeled down and started kowtowing. The withered man slowly said, "After not seeing it for 100 years, I didn't expect Master's body to turn into a zombie and even form its own soul. You are still considered someone of my generation, so I can let you live, but you must use your connection to the Master to help me find him." The zombie quickly nodded, as he stared with fear in his eyes at the withered man. The withered man waved his hand and the cage disappeared. He stared at the zombie and darkly said, "Come, take me to Master. If you can help me find Master's nascent soul, then once I devour it and free myself, I'll help you evolve into a demon." The zombie was startled and revealed a joyous expression. It quickly nodded and ran off into the jungle. The man emotionlessly followed. At that moment, somewhere in the ruins where the sunshine didn't reach, the blue-skinned man looked toward Wang Lin's direction with a lingering expression. As for Wang Lin, although he had absorbed a large amount of yin energy, it was all only rank 6 or 7 good quality. With this quality, no matter much was absorbed, the change to his spiritual energy wasn't much, and it was no longer good enough for him to make more breakthroughs. He turned his gaze to deeper in the ruin. His target was over there. He decided to explore a bit and find where the highest quality yin energy was. After all, the higher the quality, the higher the success rate of a breakthrough. At midnight of this day, Wang Lin's hand formed the seal for the yin energy detection technique as he walked through the ruins. After walking for a distance, the red light flashed rapidly, and with a pop, it split into 2. The moment the red light turned into 2, Wang Lin revealed a happy expression. He knew that this meant that the yin energy had surpassed ordinary quality and had reached good quality. As he kept walking forward, the 2 red lights kept glowing as the rank increased. Good quality rank 2, rank 3, until rank 5. Wang Lin stopped. Before him was a wide road with a ruined building on each side. It was clear that a long time ago, this was a very populated area. Wang Lin calculated the distance for a bit, and realized that he hadn't even traveled 1/1000th of the radius of the city, so he started to move faster. The red light released by the technique was very eye-catching in the night. Wang Lin's divine sense was spread out, constantly checking his surroundings. The quality of the yin energy kept increasing. Good quality rank 6, 7, 8. The sun rose and fell. On the fourth day, Wang Lin had already entered the depths of the ruins. He guessed that his current position was the center of the city. If it was not the center, it wasn't far from it. On the way here, he saw dozens of deep pits, meters wide, filled with rainwater. There were also mysterious snakes that would jump out at Wang Lin with their poisonous fangs. In addition to this, the destruction in the ruins became even worse. On the path to his current location, there were no structures taller than 10 meters. Besides the overgrown grass area, there was a swamp. There were also some mysterious creatures living in the swamp. Once, Wang Lin was almost eaten by one of those creatures, making him even more alert of his surroundings. Despite going so deep into the ruins, the quality of the yin energy still never reached dense quality. On the night of the fifth day, he walked out of the swamp, and before him was a large group of buildings. Although all of the buildings had collapsed, you could still see how populated this place must have been. The most eye-catching spot was the 1,000-meter wide and 100-meter deep hole in the ground. This giant hole was very strange. Normally speaking, this hole should be filled with rainwater, but there was no liquid inside it at all. Wang Lin took a closer look. Although it was night and there was dense yin energy in the way, Wang Lin could still clearly see the beehive-like caves at the bottom of the giant hole. The moment Wang Lin reached the edge of the hole to inspect them, the red light in his hand suddenly reacted. The red light fused into one, then split into three, indicating that the yin energy here had reached good quality. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He didn't rush in, but carefully walked around the hole. When he was on the opposite side, the three lights fused back into one and became two again. He understood that the reason the yin energy reached good quality was this giant hole. Wang Lin rubbed his chin. After pondering for a while, he didn't immediately jump in, but sat down and decided to wait for morning. Before long, it turned into day. The moment the yin energy dissipated, Wang Lin jumped into the giant hole. The moment he landed, the small green flying sword came out, releasing a cold aura. Wang Lin raised his head and looked into the sky. With how deep this hole was, it should have been filled with rainwater after all these years. Wang Lin's eyes squinted, and he focused his gaze on the countless beehive-like holes at the bottom of the giant hole. Although he didn't know how deep the holes were, all of the water must have drained through them. He touched the holes and found that they were damp, reaffirming his previous thoughts. After carefully checking the surroundings and finding no danger, he sat down cross-legged and waited for night to come. The sun set and night came. As the yin energy flooded in, all of the beasts ran away, not willing to spend the night here. The light before Wang Lin became brighter and brighter as it turned from 1 to 2, then from 2 to 3. Normal quality rank 4, 6, 8, 10. Good quality rank 3, 6, 10, and broke through to dense quality. It was still not midnight yet, and the quality of the yin energy had already reached rank 1 dense quality. Wang Lin exposed a happy expression. He spread out his divine sense and found that the reason the yin energy quality was higher here had something to do with the holes in the ground. He could see slivers of yin energy coming out of the holes and mix with the surrounding yin energy. As time passed, the red light shone even brighter and reached rank 2 dense quality. When midnight arrived, the yin energy had reached rank 5 dense quality. Wang Lin no longer hesitated and quickly started to cultivate. With more and more yin energy gathered at his chest, he found one difference. The purity of the yin energy was more than 10 times higher than before. A change in quality could cause a change in quantity. This meant that 1 minute of gathering yin energy now was like more than 10 minutes of gathering yin energy before. Soon, the yin energy at his chest started to form a swirl and spin. As the swirl spun faster and faster, the unexpected change that occurred last time happened again. The yin energy within 100 feet of Wang Lin fluctuated and rushed toward him. As the swirl in his chest absorbed more yin energy, it became larger. Soon, it reached last time's size of 1,000 feet in radius. The range kept increasing. 1,200 feet, 1,400 feet, 1,500 feet. Within a 10-kilometer radius, the yin energy moved as if it were being manipulated as it rushed toward Wang Lin and was devoured. As the yin energy that swirled in his chest grew larger and larger, he started to feel like he was losing control. Knowing his limits, he controlled the yin energy to start attempting the first breakthrough of his qi. The yin energy swirl was like a spinning blade repeatedly stabbing at the qi to open it. Slowly, the qi showed signs of opening. The sign grew stronger and stronger. If you compared this breakthrough to trying to destroy a stone wall, then this wall was now filled with cracks and was ready to collapse. After 1 hour, the qi was no longer able to withstand it and collapsed with a bang. Large amounts of human potential exploded from the qi like a volcano. It quickly mixed with the yin energy, forming a very powerful yin force. Currently, the spiritual energy in his danshan became restless. It quickly moved toward the newly formed yin force and started to devour it. Whenever a sliver of yin force was formed, Wang Lin's spiritual energy would devour it to strengthen itself. Gradually, as Wang Lin's spiritual energy devoured all of the yin force, his spiritual energy became even stronger. A nebula-like scene appeared in Wang Lin's qi. Waves of blue spiritual energy spread out from the nebula. Wang Lin felt the very strange spiritual energy in his body. His eyes lit up as he lightly touched a stone next to him. In an instant, there was a flash of blue light and the stone was completely frozen, releasing yin energy. Wang Lin took a deep breath and quickly kicked the frozen stone. With a series of crackling sounds, the stone broke into many pieces. Wang Lin carefully checked and quickly sucked in a breath of cold air. Upon closer inspection, he found that the internal structure of the stone was constantly changing. This was no longer rock, but more of an ice crystal structure. In other words, with one touch of his spiritual power, he didn't just freeze the stone, but completely changed its structure to ice. Wang Lin didn't know that after a session of devouring the yin energy, his spiritual energy had undergone a great change. Even if Sidu Nan was awake right now, he wouldn't be able to figure this out. In ancient cultivation times, besides the different ranks in cultivation level, there were also 3 ranks for spiritual energy, which were Jai, Dao, and Shi. The 3 realms weren't ranked in any order, but advance in parallel. Once a realm had been entered, one couldn't switch to another realm. The difficulty to enter the 3 realms wasn't high, but it wasn't easy either. It all depended on luck in the end. In ancient cultivation times, any knowledgeable cultivators would know not to choose the Jai realm. While the offensive power of the Jai realm was high, there were too many drawbacks. One of the most deadly drawbacks was that once one walked the path of Jai, one could only use Jai spiritual energy, which presented a huge issue in breaking through to the spirit severing stage from the nascent soul stage. Spirit severing required one to integrate with the world and not walk an extreme path. However, even with those downsides, the Jai realm also had a lot of benefits. It could be said that people of the same cultivation level couldn't defend against Jai realm at all. Although one had no chance of reaching the spirit severing stage, after reaching the peak of the nascent soul stage, one could become the number 1 of everyone below the spirit severing stage. More importantly, with the increase in cultivation, Jai realm cultivators didn't even need magic treasures because their Jai realm spiritual power was already the most powerful type of spiritual energy. As for the Dao realm, it was the dream of all cultivators. Once your spiritual energy entered the Dao realm, then entering the spirit severing stage was very easy. Because of this, the Dao realm was the most sought-after realm in the ancient cultivation world. As for the Shi realm, if Jai realm was death, then Shi realm was life. It was not a realm people below spirit severing could comprehend, and even for spirit severing cultivators, it was something they could only wish to have. The 3 spiritual energy realms were very difficult to grasp, and with the destruction of the ancient cultivation world, the information about the 3 realms gradually disappeared. The cultivators nowadays don't care about the type or quality of their spiritual energy. The only thing they pay any heed to is their cultivation level. Wang Lin didn't know that, because of all the yin energy he devoured, his spiritual energy changed to the Jai realm. The reason for all this was because of the Underworld Ascension method. It was one of the few methods that could create Jai realm spiritual energy. However, the Underworld Ascension method Sidhu Nan gave Wang Lin wasn't like the one from the ancient cultivation world. With the passage of time, parts of the methods were lost, and it was their successors that reorganized the remaining information. As for Wang Lin's spiritual energy entering the door to Jai realm, the most important factor was the heaven-defying bead. Wang Lin stared at his fingertips and his eyes lit up. Just at that moment, he raised his head and jumped out of the hole. He looked and saw the blue-skinned man quickly closing in.